What talents are hiding at UIC? Well, this show is made especially for you, to see the endless possibilities of what you can accomplish. So let's see what your peers are up to. And while you're at it, get inspired. We're talking with Jessica Spang, who's a senior here at UIC and who is majoring in photography. So Jessica, tell me, when did you start?
Oh, I was probably about 6 or 7 years old. Now that I'm trying to think about it, I keep thinking I was younger, but I'm probably about 7. My grandmother gave me a camera for Christmas.
Oh, wow.
And I've been just taking pictures ever since then.
That's great.
It was those little pink 110s that just has the drop-in loading film.
Yeah.
That was my favorite. Well, I used it for a long time before I got into it.
That's kind of special, though.
Yeah, so
awesome.
It's all Grandma's fault.
Yeah, right. Blame it on her, right? So what equipment do you use? Do you have a favorite type of camera? Or?
I have an old used Yashica 35mm that my parents bought me that I use for my film and my black and whites. And for my digital, I use an Olympus, which I really like. I've always liked Olympus cameras. I use my laptop for most of my phone pictures. I have a negative scanner that you feed in the film and it digitizes all your pictures. It does regular film and slides. And then I have an Epson printer that also scans and takes digital prints and prints out all the good stuff.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's cool.
That's great.
I think that's about all I have, really.
So what is your favorite piece of equipment that you think like makes your work your own, like personalizes your work?
Probably my scanner.
Yeah.
Because I can take whatever pictures I want, but then it's not until I get in and digitize it and completely mess with it that it becomes mine. So probably the scanner.
So what's your favorite thing that you've done, your favorite piece of work?
Probably my CSI piece that I did for my Photography 2 class. It contained probably about 20 images and just told a story like a CSI murder case.
Wow.
It was a lot of fun to do, yeah.
That is, to tell a story through pictures is great.
Right, yeah.
I was looking at it, it's really good.
Thank you.
Yeah. How long did it take you for that?
Probably about a month.
Oh, wow.
From start to finish, yeah. I spent a lot of hours in the computer lab. Because that one I actually did digital. I photographed and then scanned them in and then printed them out. I was actually inspired by the TV show CSI because I always thought it had a lot of really cool colors. Like every different city had its 2 basic colors that it used. Like Las Vegas was kind of an orangish and green kind of tones in all of their images.
Wow. Yeah.
So I kind of wanted to go off being really contrasty.
Yeah.
So I had a bunch of my friends get together. And the story pretty much went that my friend Drew and I were sitting on the couch and he starts hitting on me and I totally kind of reject him. And his girlfriend happens to be standing outside the door or the window kind of watching us and she doesn't see me reject him, she just sees him coming on to me or whatever.
Right.
So after he leaves, she comes in and, well, kills me. And then it kind of skips ahead and then there's, I have CSI lighting for fingerprints and taking blood samples off of my neck and then there's 2 other friends of mine, Gustavo and Dan. The 2 of them going to arrest Drew, the boyfriend, and have him being interrogated and have him falsely accused and then realizing that it's Megan and then bringing her and actually arresting her and all that too.
Oh, wow.
So it was a lot of fun. It was
it sounds like it would be a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
It's more of a story, not so much just, a picture.
Just pictures, right. It was it was fun to bring out all those images just to be able to tell a story, so it got to become a really big piece in itself.
Right.
So it was
wow. Fun. What have you been working on lately? Is there anything that really sticks out in your mind?
Lately I've been doing more digital, but just a lot more snapshots.
Okay.
And more portraits of people that are around me, like people at work and my friends and my family and that type of thing.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
Yeah.
So when do you find time to do this? School and work and everything.
Well, lately I haven't done as much as I used to. I think in the summertime I have more with school out, I have more time to do it.
Right.
Other than when I'm in class and have to do it.
Yeah.
So, because work, I have a lot of time to spend at work. So.
What inspires you or motivates you? Do you see something on the street that just catches your eye, or?
Sometimes a lot of it is people around me. Like I'll just be taking a picture of like my boyfriend, and it'll spark an idea for an entire piece that I want to do.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, just whatever kind of is around.
Wow. Do you like people more, or landscapes, or?
I've just started doing more portraits. I used to do a lot more landscapes.
Oh,
So I'm
okay.
kind of branching off into different stuff now.
Right. So do you prefer digital or do you prefer film?
To start with, when digital started coming out, I was completely against it. I was always wanting to be traditional and wanting just film.
Yeah.
But then it just seemed like my laziness came out, and it just seemed like it was easier almost.
Yeah.
But to keep the traditional part of it, I bought a film scanner. So it did film, but digitized all the pictures and then worked with them that way. And that's what I did with my CSI piece. So I still could do, I only used like 2 or 3 rolls, which isn't really that much, but, and then just scanned them into the computer and did it like that.
Oh, wow.
So I guess now I'm doing more digital than I am film. So I've kind of turned around a little bit, but
Yeah, right.
I still like film better.
And do you prefer black and white or color photography?
I've always done black and white. I've actually never done color before,
Oh, okay.
and that's a class I actually have to take at school still.
Oh,
so I
okay.
don't really know that. Everything
Yeah.
is, so.
Well, that's great though. Black and white's always a neat feel to it.
It's just different.
Yeah.
It makes you think differently because you have to think about contrast and lighting and all the ways that everything's going to work together. It makes you look at stuff differently.
Yeah, that is true. So is there any classes at UIC that really helped you?
Definitely the history photography classes gave me a lot more knowledge of all the stuff that's gone on in the past, and helped give me ideas of stuff that I would like to try and people to emulate. And all the different photography teachers that I've had for my photo classes have been really good too.
Do you have a favorite photograph?
I probably have to say that my favorite picture is by Alfred Stieglitz. It's called The Steerage.
Okay.
I really like it just because of the background stuff that I learned about it from my History of Photography 2 class.
Okay.
It's like a ship that's about to be to the port, I guess, and it's got the 2 floors of people, and there's obviously the steerage car or bottom part that's got all the poor people and all the rich people are up on top.
Right.
And he took it as a last shot kind of a thing. It was his last frame on his last roll of film that he had, and he just took
Wow.
it, and it turned out to be really nice and ended up being his favorite picture of all time. So it kind of makes me, I really like it just for that fact that it always ends up being your mistake or what you don't expect to be really good always ends up being the best or your favorite kind of thing.
Yeah,
And that's what I
right.
really like about that one.
What inspires you or motivates you to continue?
My friends and my family. A lot of people wanting pieces done and that kind of thing. And family comes up to me and asks me, will you do a project for me or will you take a picture for me and that kind of thing. It just kind of, it comes and goes how often I work on it.
Yeah,
It's a
right.
roller coaster, but mostly just people around me.
That's great. So everybody's supportive and everything?
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's great. What are your goals for the future? Where do you see yourself in like 5 years?
Hopefully I'd like to get into weddings.
Oh, okay.
Wedding photography. A friend of mine and I are trying to get into that. And probably by that time I hope to have a family, so probably a lot of pictures of the kids and that kind of goofy
Yeah,
stuff.
right.
You know?
What would you say to someone that is going into photography? Do you have any words of wisdom?
It may seem like it's easy, but it's not. It's actually a lot of work and a lot of time, and when you're doing your prints in the lab, it doesn't always come out right, and you can spend hours and hours in there, and it's not as easy as it seems like it would be.
Wow.
It's a lot of fun though.
Yeah,
You have to add
right.
that part. It's a lot of fun though.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Jessica. That was a really interesting
Welcome.
interview. And I really learned a lot about photography too. So, and your work is amazing.
Thank
So
you,
I'm
thank you.
sure that you'll succeed in the future, no
appreciate
doubt.
it.
And after the commercial break, we'll meet some interesting kids that we bumped to on campus that want to show you their hidden talents. So stay tuned for more. Welcome back. Today, I'm on a mission to find some of the hidden talents right here at UIC. So let's go check it out.
By hidden, I don't know if it's hidden, but I can do backflips. I'm a gymnast. You ready?
One of my hidden talents, I really can't think of anything.
It's probably hidden because I don't tell everybody. But I can sing.
I can do this.
I know that I'm too hurt right now to be civilized. I'ma need this time alone, 'cause it won't be long. That's it.
One of my hidden talents. I can make my lips bigger.
When I was little, I used to play the violin, and I'm still pretty good at that.
My hidden talents. I have a long tongue.
Whoa!
Well, I usually wear glasses, like in cinema con. Yeah, I totally, and I'll do that, and I'll raise my eyebrows too, and yeah, it's a good effect.
I can like twist my arm around like. I think I'm double jointed.
That's all I got. That's all I got.
My tongue? That's about it. I can't think of any other hidden talents that I have.
Oh, I mean, whatever. Air violin.
I'd say dancing.
I wish I could play you a jig or something.
Entertainment!
Can I show you something? Right here. What? Right here.
I twisted and it's like totally. I don't know.
Okay, this is an arabesque, okay? Huh? Pretty good? Ready?
My first glasses were pink with little Mickey Mouses on the side of them.
My sister and I can both do it. Or just like randomly. I think maybe we saw it on TV or something. And it's like, oh hey, we can do it too.
I know my friend was just like came up behind me and did it, like, pulled them like that, and thought it was the funniest thing, and it just kind of became my thing.
It's like twisted.
Well, oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, you
Yeah.
oh,
I can dance. Everyone knows I can dance on campus, though. This is the dancing part. No, I'm just kidding.
like, really?
Hey, if you really want to see some good dancers, I am a flawless dancer. You can go to flawlessdancers.com. And we perform everywhere.
Wow, wasn't that inspiring? Well, now after the break, you'll get to see artwork from students in the gallery portion of this show. So, we'll be right back. Welcome back. And now it's time for the gallery section, and I've got some really amazing artwork to show you all. The first piece we're going to take a look at is made by Cindy Vignan and is entitled Thought and Audio Delay.
Sometimes I wish I could take out my words. Sometimes I say things I don't mean to say.
But if I scream, people put words in my mouth.
Sometimes I say things without thinking.
Sometimes I want to be heard. I say things without thinking. If I scream, it gets distorted. Sometimes, but if I scream, heard, it gets distorted. If I scream, it gets distorted. If I don't say what's on my mind, if I scream, nobody will hear me. Sometimes, but if I don't say what's on my mind, nobody will hear me. Sometimes,
I never say what's on my mind.
Sometimes I don't listen.
Sometimes I think too much about what I'm going to say before I say it.
I say things without thinking. Sometimes I want to be heard. Sometimes people put words in my mouth.
Sometimes my words overlap your
I
words.
loop my words. I always say what's on my mind. Sometimes I wish I could take back my words. I loop my words. Sometimes I say things I don't mean to say. I love you.
The next piece we're going to take a look at is made by Megan Ettlinger and is entitled Claire de Lune. The final piece we're going to take a look at is made by Bobby Navia and is entitled Ballet.
Speak the slang now, boys say what? One girl say what? London calling, speak the slang now, boys say what? One girl say what? Slam, shotgun, get down, get down. Too late, you down, dun. Blaze the bass, lang. Handing you in the BMW, how the hell did I do? Boy, something that's gonna get you. Things on the hook, I'm paranoid you. Who the hell is handing you in the BMW? How the hell did I do? Boy, something that's gonna get you. Put the strings on the hook, I'm paranoid you. Blaze a blaze, a lang. Purple haze, a lang. Blaze a blaze, a lang. Purple haze, a lang. London calling, speed the slang now, boys say what? One girl say what?
Wow, that was amazing art, and a special thanks goes out to those students who showcased their work on our show. Thanks, you guys. If you or anyone you know would like to be showcased on the show or have their artwork showcased on the show, email us at htv33@uic.edu with a detailed description of your artwork and your contact information. You can also always visit us on the web at housing.uic.edu/htv33. This is Kalia Coletta. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time on Get Inspired.